Greetings, true believers. It's your old pal Spider-Man. Good morning, cadre. Happy Sunday. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to everybody out there. We're going to be doing our next alphabet shave. Today we're on the letter N. So I'm going to be using Necromantic by Southern Witchcrafts, which is kind of a darker, but kind of, it's supposed to evoke a sense of romance. There's rose, definitely rose in it. Wisteria, dirt, ozone, honey, and red wine, I believe, are the notes. Not necessarily in that order, but those are the notes. Despite not being a big fan of rose and rose-scented soaps, I do like this one. So that's what we're going to use. Since we're kind of doing a darker theme today, I brought out my Count Luca Brazzi, which is the TSC member brush made by Eric Sorrentino. I got the, what is this? African Blackwood, I think, and the Blood Knot. So nickname mine the Count. The Luca Brazzi is the name of the shape that they chose. And so we are going to go ahead and get this shape going. Now, I'm sure if you paid attention to the preview picture, you already know what I'm going to be using. You already know what my razor is. You already know what my aftershave is. So when I announce it on here, it's no surprise really. But I'm doing a little bit of something unique today. So the razor that I'll be using is the one that I've sadly neglected, never used it before, and have been meaning to, and can't believe I waited so long to actually get to it. And that is a Rolls razor. Now, if you don't know much about the Rolls razors, and I didn't bring the kit out, so I don't have the whole kit, but the Rolls is a complete package. It's basically a straight razor on a stick. It's got this wedge blade, a little guard on it, which is mainly so you can set it down. But it's just a wedge blade. There's this really isn't a safety bar. That doesn't serve as a safety bar really in any aspect, I don't believe. But since it is a wedge blade, a straight razor on a stick, if you will, it comes with a hone and a strop in the case, and there's a mechanism. You actually have to take the handle off and put it on a separate handle mechanism inside the case, which you can use to strop and then later hone to bring it back to shave ready when it gets out. I think most people don't use those. They just hone them themselves on their own stones. I'm not really sure what people do about stropping them. If they get stropped, I don't know. But I have several Rolls razors. Hair. I shed one of the hairs out of my brush. So I'm gonna make sure that this lather gets nice and hydrated so it's slick. I have several Rolls razors, like probably at least 10 or 12 of them, but just never got around to using any. Don't know the status of them as far as if they're sharp enough, if they're shave ready. Didn't have the expertise to do it myself. And so Kyle, UA Cowboy on the Shaving Cadre forum, offered to hone one for me. And if you remember way back, he did a tutorial on how to hone them. Well, that was because of me. That was the one that he was shaving or honing up for me. And that was nearly 3 months ago. And he sent it back to me, and one thing led to another, and it ended up just sitting. And I didn't realize it had been 3 months until I went back to respond to his PM yesterday to tell him that I was actually getting around to shaving with it today and to be looking out for my video. So one thing, the handle does come off, so you unscrew the handle, and that allows you to slide off the handle, because when you screw in the handle, there's a little bead that comes up there, and that's what puts tension on the blade. So you want to make sure first that the handle is completely tight so that it doesn't wobble. But yeah, so I went back, responded to his PM yesterday, and I looked, I'm like, holy cow, it's been 3 months since this thing has been sitting, and I haven't used it. I just, I was a little apprehensive about it. It's a wedge blade. I've never used one of these things. Don't know how it's gonna go. It's been a while since I've used a straight razor. So we're gonna see how it goes. But yeah, just like I said, just one thing led to another. I started testing some other stuff, got some other stuff in the mail. Yeah, I'm not gonna use my phone camera because I want to be able to see I want to see the edge of the blade, and that's too small in there. So I'm gonna go off of here. So no pressure. So yesterday I used the Laresh razor, if you recall. It's a slant, and you can tell I did get my lather like super wet. During the shave it seemed to go pretty well, but man, as soon as I turned the camera off, my face was lit up. I did end up getting a fairly sizable weeper on my chin that I didn't realize. So yeah, that razor I will never use again. I did not really care for it. What's tripping me up right now is my lather being way too wet for my liking. I'm sure it's perfect for straight razor shaving, but I'm having to stop short so that my lather doesn't fall off the razor. Like that. This upper lip is gonna be tricky. It would take some doing to get used to using this thing on a daily basis. You can see if you're used to watching my videos, I'm going really slow. At least comparatively for what I'm used to. Now my trouble spot. I get a lot of irritation right here. So I generally don't try to get too close right there. So pass one, success. Definitely not as bad as I was expecting. Not super comfortable, not super smooth. But part of that could just be my apprehension in using it and lack of comfort with the whole system. Guess I'm gonna try a side-to-side pass. See how that goes. Let's see. We'll go nose to ear. So I am really curious about stropping. So Kyle, if you have any input on that, do you put it back in your rolls case and use the intended stropper, or do you strop it elsewhere, or do you not strop these? Like, what do you do? It's definitely weird. It's a curious little razor. Definitely using various techniques of skin stretching. I think I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable with it now than I was on the first pass. Maybe it's just because I have less stubble on on this pass, and so it's gliding a little easier. I have to just try to mentally slow myself down. I don't want to get overconfident and go too fast and have a accident. All right, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and kick up a third pass. So I was saying before, we're on N for our alphabet shaves. I haven't done videos for all of them. I've done shave of the day pictures for all of them, but I started late, and I started with F. So I've got a soap where either the maker's name or the name of the soap, at least one word in the name of the soap, is the letter of the day. So I've completed F through N, and following the schedule that Dangerous Dawn gave us, so using the same letter as most everybody else on the forum at the same day. But we've got some other soap themes coming up that I don't have, and then we've got a free week coming up, so I will be picking up where I left, or picking up where I skipped rather. So my next shave will be A, and I will be finishing up A through E. And then we are taking a break and picking up N, O through Z. So O through Z will be starting with the 1st of July, I believe. Or maybe not the 1st, just probably whatever. I think we start a new one on Mondays, so whatever Monday is close to the 1st of July is probably when that one will start up. And that will only take a week and some change to finish up the alphabet. Yep, my video is going longer. Definitely a slower shave. But it's good. I'm enjoying it. It's definitely more comfortable now than it was when I first started. My comfort level is growing with this. But we'll have to see what Dawn comes up with. I started to get a little fast there. Had to put on the brakes. See what Dawn comes up with for the next themes after we complete the alphabet. I didn't start it at first, just because I haven't been participating in the soap themes generally, and just didn't pay attention to it. And after I watched a few Shave of the Day pictures, it looked like something fun to do, and chance to kind of go through my stock of soaps and maybe pull out something I haven't used in a while. So my A soap is definitely something that I have not used in a very, very, very long time. And I've got a few soaps coming up that definitely fit that bill. I'm having a hard time coming up with a soap for you and for Z. So if I don't come up with anything for you, I will just have to go with something that is unobtainium and kind of go outside of the actual name of the soap. And I know we can fudge it a little bit here and there if we need to. You know, it doesn't have to be the first letter, as long as the letter's in there. So if I get something with yuzu in it, which is like a Japanese grapefruit, then I can use that for my Z. So it can be an ingredient. It doesn't have to be the name. But I was trying to stick with names as much as possible. And I've been able to hold to it for everything. And I've got a list of soaps that I plan on using, or at least I was going through trying to figure out, hey, when I get to this letter, here's something I could use. I may choose something different when that day actually gets here, but at least I wanted to make sure that the whole alphabet was covered. And U and Z is where I got tripped up. So, not really giving me a super close BBS, but it's still a good shave. I could sit here and touch this thing up all day long, but we'll stop there. So again, thanks Kyle for honing this thing up for me, getting it shave ready. First time I've ever used one of those, so really stoked to finally get around to doing that. Don't know why I put it off for so long. Avoided it intentionally at first, and then it just kind of sat in the background and I forgot about it. But I do have some other cool stuff coming up for razors. I've got another razor, sort of like the rolls that probably even less people have used. That is on deck for tomorrow. So you can imagine how few people have actually used a Rolls razor. But I know some people use them every day. Like, I know there's a few people out there that use the Rolls, they keep it honed up, and that it's actually their daily razor. But you can imagine it's pretty rare to find anybody that has one of these, for one, and actually got it to shave ready condition, that they could use it. So that in itself is a bit of a rarity. But the one that I have on deck for tomorrow, even more rare. I guarantee there's probably just a handful of people that have actually used it. And I'll give you a hint. It's not actually a complete razor. It's a piece that was sold separately. Well, it was sold as a complete razor too, but mainly it was sold as a piece to swap out a portion of your razor. So I know one or two of you watching this on the cadre know exactly what I'm talking about. And you know what I'm going to use tomorrow. But let's keep it a secret, at least for now, because you're going to see it tomorrow. Still got a little bit of the smell of the soap in the brush. Yeah, I'm a brush sniffer. Anyways, that's my shave for today. Hope y'all have a great Father's Day. Holy cow, this video went long. But thanks for sticking with me if you're still watching this, and enjoy your shaves, and we'll see you guys later.